Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alex Beach, Assistant Golf Professional here at the Ridgewood Country Club with your tip of the week. This week, we're going to cover the 40 to 50 yard pitch shot. I hear a lot of questions throughout the week of how do I hit the shot, how do I set up to it, is there a way I can get more spin, and I think we have a pretty good way to answer a lot of these questions. Christian and I are here on the rock in a situation that we would see times on the course. There's no trouble in our way, but we need to hit a controlled shot to get us close to either make a birdie, save par, or get up and down any way we can. And I think a lot of that comes down to the setup. Now, what's important with this shot, for righties or lefties, I'm left-handed, so adjust accordingly, is to place the ball in the back of your stance. Because we're not taking a full swing, there's not a complete weight transfer in this shot. I see a lot of amateurs setting up in this kind of fashion with the ball in the middle or near the forward. And the tough part here is you're never going to be able to transfer your weight through and hit this shot clean many times. Oftentimes I see a chunk, maybe even a thin, depending on how you come down through the shot. So the first thing we're going to do is move the ball to the back of our stance. Again, we're not taking a full swing, so we're not allowing ourselves to get into that through impact position. So we need to start with the ball further back to make sure that we hit it first before we catch the ground. Hitting that tight nip shot, which also gives us that spin that many people ask about. That comes down to the contact, okay? The other thing I like to do is put my feet a little closer together. Again, because there's no around this shot, my legs are simply holding me up. I'm really not going to use them for much else than that, okay? So I like to say ball back, hands forward. As you can see, the shaft of the club and my lead arm, which is my right arm, have created somewhat of a straight line. Now, I like to put my weight a little forward, and from there, all I have to do is simply rock my shoulders, and it's going to create a very nice, consistent, and repeatable shot. Now, the only thing that you have to do is work on getting the feel of how hard you need to hit it to each target. Okay, if we're going to go to the first target here, I'm going to set up the same fashion. The ball is going to be in the back of my stance, my feet are going to be fairly close together, and this should produce a shot that comes out fairly low, lands once or twice, and then stops. With the good contact, you're going to get that increased spin time and time again. So let's see how we do. So again, the ball's back, my legs are close together, my hands are forward. Okay, that came out very low, but I've got about a 2 to 3 foot putt to try and save birdie or par. Now let's take it one step further. If I needed to go to the middle target, I just need to take a little bit more of a swing. Now, some of you say, when do I change clubs? Well, if you wanted to go all the way up top, I would say go to your next wedge. Go from a lob wedge to a sand wedge. Go from a sand wedge to a gap wedge. Don't change the shot, simply change the club. So let's go to the middle flag. Okay, same setup. Ball in the back, feet together, hands forward. Okay, and it comes out a shot with a lot of spin. I hope this tip helps you. If you have any questions, please see us in the golf shop. But to recap, ball goes back, hands forward, weight slightly forward, and it's simply a rock of the shoulders. There's not a lot of wrist movement, and it's going to create a very low trajectory shot with a lot of spin, and it's going to be very easy for you to control on the course and help lower your scores. If you have any questions, see us in the golf shop.